It gives you a bunch of extra super missiles. Maybe the logic doesn't spawn in a charge beam, because if you have enough ammunition in your missiles and supers, the charge beam is not a required item. If you have very little ammunition, it is a required item because you don't have another way to damage bosses. But Phantoon is not going to be any kind of problem. Energy is becoming a concern. Fighting Ridley is going to be very interesting. Hopefully we find a bunch of energy tanks when we start running through Norfair. So if we get the Varia here, we're going to start heading down into Norfair and picking up items there, but the energy tank situation is starting to be a little concerning. Getting to Ridley without taking damage actually isn't that bad. Oh, he's gone. I accidentally shot him with 3 missiles instead of 2. Ridley with 300 health, and then Mother Brain with 300 health. That's cutting it pretty close. That's if I don't see any more energy tanks anywhere, which is pretty unlikely, I think. But I'm starting... Well, we've already proven that the game hasn't spawned in the 100 normal items, because we have 70 friggin' super missiles. I really wish the screw attack destroyed these flames so we could get pickups while we're dodging the wave attack here. So once we defeat Phantoon, we'll be able to go back up into that room and see what that item is, and then go out to the gravity suit area. There's also an item check, 2 item checks out in Criteria above the lake, and then the one in the lake that we didn't get yet. Where you at? Where you at, buddy? Show your face. Show your face, you coward. Didn't quite get him. I feel like if the logic was going to require us to do Norfair Hell runs, it would have given us more energy tanks by now. Or maybe all the energy tanks... Well, we can't even do Upper Norfair without the Various suit, without doing Hell Run checks. Maybe the Hell Run is where the bottleneck in this seed is going to be. Should be interesting in any event. Where you at, buddy? That should do it. You're dead. You're dead. It's entirely possible that the logic just measures out how much energy you need to get through the heated rooms with the required items for your seed in them, and then makes you do it. So that'd be pretty funny if all my energy tanks just rolled into somewhere in Lower Norfair. And I need a bunch of energy tanks to hell run and get the Various suit to begin with. That's actually very popular in Super Metroid ROM hacks, to make you do a huge amount of Norfair without a Various suit. These are some vanilla supers. We're up to 815 supers. That's more supers than exist in the galaxy. As I've mentioned, it's starting to get a little redonk. I kind of wish I had gone back for the spring ball now. Wow. Oops, all supers. So if I'm going to have to do hell runs, going and getting the ice beam that's only going to require maybe 200 energy. I think I can get there and back pretty safely. Getting to the green bubble room is probably 300, maybe 4. And then once we get there, yeah, see, all this is loaded in now. The water's loaded in, the electrodes will be loaded in. The spikes are certainly loaded in. Trivial with the space jump, thank you very much. So maybe I was just mistaken about how the wreck ship loads in. It's like, it looks like it gets the rooms have a dead and an alive state. But because they don't expect you to get up here, yeah, this wasn't even a red door the first time I came through here. All of these have dead rooms, but they didn't bother populating the dead rooms with any of the objects, because you're not supposed to be able to reach them. Because you're not supposed to be able to get in here without killing Fansoon and getting the gravity suit. Skipping the gravity suit is difficult enough to make it up there. But without killing Fansoon, they apparently must have thought it was completely impossible. Because how are you going to get all the way through Meridia without the gravity suit? You do need... You know what? No, I'm going to take that back. I was about to say you do need some glitches to make it that far in Meridia without the gravity suit, but you really don't. I'm going to... Do not die here, Brickroad. What are you doing? There we go. I got some reserve tanks. I'm fine. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Everything's okay. So some of the stuff to getting to the wrecked ship in vanilla without a gravity suit, because you're going through the whole thing underwater, and the underwater physics are super jank. Some of the stuff you have to do involves, like, there's a part where you have to shoot a super missile at a wall to make a crab monster drop off the wall. When a super impacts a wall, all the monsters that are clinging to a wall or ceiling on screen drop. And then in mid-fall, you have to hit them with an ice beam at just the right height so you can use them as a platform. There's places where you have to, like, rapid-fire wall jump. You typically don't get a lot of useful height when you wall jump underwater, but in tight enough corners you can wall jump back and forth and back and forth. It's not difficult to do, you're basically just mashing the button, but you'll gain height very, very slowly over time. There's a couple places where you gotta do that. There might be a few places where you have to do a higher standing jump. If you do a standing jump, by which I mean not a spin jump, but you do it from a ducking position, you actually get like a couple pixels of extra height. I think what the game does is... Oh, there's an energy tank. Desperately what we need right now. I think what the game does is when you do a standing jump, it starts you from the position of Samus's head while she's kneeling, so 2 blocks above the ground, instead of just maybe like 1 block, which is typical. And anyway, you get just enough pixels to make some extra height in some areas. And underwater, that's even more useful. So it's not even really exploiting glitches to get up into the wrecked ship the wrong direction. It's just doing a bunch of intended stuff that the designers of the game probably didn't realize I jumped off my platform that you were able to do. They're just like, you know what? Nobody's ever gonna be crazy enough to go through Meridia without a gravity suit. Except, they did not see us coming. Just some vanilla missiles. Alright, what's down here today? Some supers. You know what? That's not even... We have 80. I don't need any more supers. We're good on super missiles. We're fine. What would I even do with more... Maybe I should try to pick up all the supers. Maybe I should see if I can get it above a 100 count and glitch the counter up there. There's 3 checks in this area, and I'm kind of hoping all of them are energy tanks of some form. We've got, I think, 400 now because... No, we should have 500 because I found 2 reserve tanks, which might be enough to just brute force Ridley. You guys know how I like to fight Ridley. Go in with screw attack, just try to avoid the tail, ignore all the other damage, tank it with my face, throw supers till the cows come home. There are no cows in this game. Anywhere in this game. It'd be a little poetic to get the Varia where the gravity suit is supposed to be. But it's not the only check we have left. I don't think there's anything else in Brinstar I can get without the speed booster. So there's a check in Brinstar with this where I need a speed booster. There's an energy tank. Hey, you know what? I asked for what I wanted, and there it is. Cannot argue with that. So we're just gonna... Oh, I can't actually get this item yet. It's another energy tank. Well, I know where a couple energy tanks are that require the speed booster then. That one in the wrecked ship, the one in Meridia. Oops, I forgot to unequip my power bombs. But I think we'll be good on energy tanks. I can also check another room in Criteria now. The lake, and then the gauntlet. Not the gauntlet, the room is across from the gauntlet. Lake first. Show me a Various suit or an energy tank, you know? Yeah, I'm pretty confident we have enough energy to do whatever we need to do now. So it looks like we're doing hell runs, because wrecked ship is clean except for an item we need speed booster for. Meridia is clean except items we need the speed booster for. Criteria is going to be clean in just a moment. And it's looking like hell runs are in my future. We have high jump, space jump, and screw attack, so hell runs are not going to be super difficult, which is good. Oh, there's one more check we can do in Brinstar, actually, with the wave beam. I kind of feel like I want to do that before hell runs. Because if we do a bunch of hell runs, then it turns out my Varia is in that wave beam room. I'm going to feel stupid. But as soon as we find the Varia, I can go directly to Ridley. I don't need any other assistance as far as getting to Ridley or beating Ridley. Just some more power bombs. Let's make our way down to that wave beam room, eh? That's down in Pink Brinstar near Spore Spawn. What's the quickest way there? Let's hit up the ship first, so I can refill my 615 super missiles. I think going down through Old Turian is my fastest bet. Yeah, because going down through the easternmost entrance from Criteria puts me... I have to backtrack too far to the west anyway. So yeah, we're going to do this. We're going to head on down through Old Turian. There's an item in Old Turian that we can't get either without Speed Booster. So we do have a bunch of stuff locked behind Speed Booster. We might end up having to do hell runs to get the Speed Booster and then backtrack to one of these checks. Actually, I can see what this item is right now. I can't get it yet, but I think I can see what it is. I think. It should just be sitting up here, right? Show me the potato salad. What do we got? It's an energy tank. So we got 3 energy tanks that are accessible after we get the speed booster. We're going to check the wave beam room, and then if the wave beam room is not nothing, then we're doing hell runs. We're doing Norfair with no Varia, which I knew was a possibility when I signed up for this logic. And I'm confident that I have enough energy to do. Worst case scenario, Crocomyre's room and I think most of the areas down beneath Crocomyre are not heated rooms. So if we have to fight Crocomyre, we've got more than enough supers to do so. I'd like a charge beam, but don't have one. If we head this way, it'll put us right in the Pink Brinstar area where we want it to be. Excuse me. Please finish exploding. Right over here. Whoops. Had all my speed eaten. There's a speed booster item below me, but I can't even see what it is right now. I need the speed booster to even check and see what the item is. Alright, this is my last chance for the Varia, right here. If this isn't the Varia, then it's Hell Run time. And Hell Runs are always fun, except when they aren't, which is all the time. They're never fun. Hell Runs are terrible.
Shoutouts to D. Thiessen for sponsoring this video. If you liked the video and you want to see more, please tickle my thumb, leave a friendly comment, and ring my little bell.